found me. I'm in a different room. But I have a nice chair waiting for you. Come on in, everybody. Have a seat. Get comfortable. This is going to be a question answer. I'm going to be reading your comments. And where's my water? There it is. I'm going to be reading comments, answering some questions if I can. So I'm in my office using my husband's desktop because my laptop is going to be shipped to the East Coast so my son can fix it for me. I'm actually going to send him 2 laptops. Maybe he can fix the other one too. I don't know. But boy, does my hair, you can see the red in it. In this room, you can see my hair's reddish, which normally I don't like red hair on myself, but it's okay. It's better than gray. Also, look at this beautiful, beautiful Joan Rivers necklace with a drop pendant. So pretty. This is on my website, vintageenvy.org. There we go. And some vintage. These are almost antique. These are very old. These are Trifari clip earrings. You can wear clip earrings even if you have pierced ears. It doesn't matter. And these are actually really comfortable. It's funny because clip-on earrings always remind me of watching As the World Turns. And do you remember that lady Lucinda? She had the red hair, and she'd always be on the phone, and she'd take her earring off and then put the phone up to her ear. That's what clip earrings remind me of. Lucinda Walsh from As the World Turns. So there we have it. There we go. You can see my mess. That's my nail stuff, which obviously I haven't been doing my nails. That's nail supplies, some kids' artwork. There's some nail polish. This room, it is what it is. But before we get started, though, with today's comments and questions, go ahead, hit that subscribe button right here-ish. Should be about right here. The like button, like the video, and then share the video. We need to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're getting closer. Tell everybody I'm back. I'm here. I'm waiting. I have to wait. So yeah, once I get 1,000 subscribers, we can go on and do lives. And I want to do lives a couple times a week, at least. Yeah, like one morning-ish. Well, I'm on the West Coast, so whatever, we'll figure out the times, but I want to do it a couple of different times during the week. That way, maybe if you're at work during that time, you can make this other time, vice versa, whatever. I want to make sure everyone gets time to come in live, voice your opinions, your thoughts, your feelings, and everything. We need to connect. It's important that we as women, especially, connect. We need that. We're thirsty for it. We're hungry for it. It's depressing without it. Yeah. So here we are, safely talking. I still have COVID. I still have it, but I feel okay. I feel all right. All right. So let me get on my husband's big computer here and get to the comments. Okay. How's everyone doing? I'm just going to read if they're compliments to me, I appreciate them. I'm not trying to be a show off, but you know, I'll probably read them because they're yours and I want to read whatever you guys are saying to me. So if they're comments ahead of time, thank you for the compliments. I super appreciate it. And thank you, because maybe it's going to show new people or other people that, you know, you've been established with me. You know me. You can validate me as a person, as a psychic. And those are things I appreciate, because really my channel is, I'm here for you, to support you and hold your hand through this emotional roller coaster that we call life. And it's emotional because things happen, things go on, people get sick, people die. How do we cope with that? How do we cope with the loss? My book illustrator is doing such an amazing job on my book. I'm so excited. And I was telling him, like, this is going to help people. This is really, really going to help people cope with loss and just feel better. It's a child's book, but it is absolutely also appropriate for adults. I wrote it for an adult who's an old friend of mine from school, and I cannot wait. I'm going to surprise him with the book after it's been printed and everything. I'm going to go give him a copy, and I can't wait. I'm so excited, but I'm here for you guys, and yeah, take advantage of me. You don't hear that very often. Take advantage of me. All right. Oh, okay, so there's Tracy. I'm going to look over here. Computer's over here, the monitor. Tracy MVS says, I have followed this case. And she's talking about the Murdaugh case. In my opinion, the prosecutor did not prove a murder on Alex. They proved him a liar. That is it. I think the jury got it wrong based on evidence. Morally, he needs to rot in jail forever. That is exactly right, Tracy. In my opinion, is the same. Prosecution did not prove Alex killed anybody. Yeah, and he admitted he's a liar, and he said, once I started lying, I got to lie about this, which means I got to lie about these 2 things. Now I got to lie about 3 things, and his life got out of control. And that is exactly it. And yeah, morally, he should stay in jail forever. And like I said, I don't know if there's a death penalty where he's at, but honestly, I'm glad he didn't get the death penalty, even though he had people killed. He had a lot of people killed. He didn't do the physical act. But he should be in jail for the rest of his life. He should. And he got what he deserves. Okay. Next message is from Tracy again. This is on a different video. This is the one where I'm talking about menopause. Audrey, I'm so glad to have you back. I purchased a reading for me and some family members from you right before you left. We have so much in common. I have been going through the same things as you. Loss, emptiness, menopause. I would love to have some email exchanges with you to discuss the menopause thing. I feel I have one foot in the grave. Oh, God, Tracy. Oh, Tracy. See, this is why I wish we could go live. Tracy and I could talk right now. Other people could benefit from the discussion on menopause. Menopause is a real thing. Now, when I was getting my hair done, the lady doing my hair, she's 50, and she said she's through, I thought she was older than me, but anyway, she said she's been through menopause. She had hot flashes for a couple of months, and then she's back to normal, and that she doesn't need pills, and all her friends try not to take pills. Well, good for you if you don't need pills. But like Tracy, if I don't have my pills, you don't want to know me. You do not want to come near me. So I don't know what I'm going to do because my doctor doesn't want me on these pills at all. But he said no more than 5 years on the pills and patch. I'm hoping and praying that by the time my 5 years are up, there's going to be some new something out there that's not dangerous that I can take. This is another reason why I wasn't even on YouTube. I couldn't function at all. And it's a real problem. And I had just gotten married. I mean, it's awful. Tracy, I'm sorry you're going through it. I am so sorry. And yeah, the empty nest thing, I don't know. I just don't ever think I'm going to be right. I mean, right in my mind. Like my mind's permanently damaged because I don't have kids little kids, and they're gone, and it's just never going to be the same, and I can't cope with reality sometimes, and I just want my babies back. I want my babies back. I keep asking my husband, can we have a baby? He's like, we physically cannot. I'm like, oh, well, if we find one, can we keep it? I just love kids. I love kids. I can't help it. That's who I am. I would never steal one, so don't worry. But yeah, I wouldn't mind babysitting, and my kids are not having kids, so I am never going to be a grandmother. Well, there's a little hope with Benjamin. Right, Ben? There's a little hope. If I can get him off and married and be a responsible adult and be a father, then someday maybe I can be a grandmother. But no offense, Benjamin, but you're it. Sorry. No pressure. I'll keep the baby. If you want to have it, I'll keep it. Just saying. All right. Let me reply to this. Oh, and Tracy, go to my Instagram. And you can direct message me there if you have Instagram. Everyone should get Instagram because that's how I'm going to be doing the readings. We're going to use the Instagram video chatting. But Tracy, if you can go to my Instagram and text me, send me a message, and then maybe we can connect that way, okay? So I'm going to put it here in my message. All right, Diana Hill. Audrey, you look beautiful tonight. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time I was watching your video. If someone came in, I would have peed myself. I was so intrigued. That was the best video I've seen in a while. I love it. I'm hoping for 1,000 people for you soon so you can go live. Thanks for a great time, like always. And that is from Diana Hill. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was from the Murdaugh video where I said spirits come in. Maddie McCann. I spoke about Maddie McCann in that video. Maddie McCann is a murder case at this point. If you haven't seen that video, it's video 28, episode 28. You can watch that video. It's a murder case. She's not alive. That young woman who's been on Dr. Phil is not her. As much as I wish it was her, we've lost Maddie as a human race. This goes beyond the UK. This goes beyond humanity, and this goes beyond the Earth. This is a universe situation. We've lost Maddie McCann. Okay. Tina T. Hi, Tina. Tina says, this session was enthralling. You had my full attention. I was actually captivated by your experience with spirit. It was nice that they weren't speaking over one another. Sometimes they try. They do. Your attention was not being pulled between all of them at once. I sense that those visits are stressful as you desperately try to absorb and understand multiple conversations. I do, exactly. Though I am 2 days late seeing this video, I felt like I was in the room with you as you spoke with them. You get a look about you when you listen to spirit speak, a look of intense interest and focus on the energy communicating with you. It's an awesome thing to watch your expression as you channel. You are so high in the moment in this video. You make me chuckle. So real, refreshing to watch someone authentically warm and inviting. Thank you. Thank you, Tina. You say it better than I could say it. You say, I've been told my face changes if I'm channeling someone in particular, and someone has sent me a video or a clip, a photo of a time I was channeling Shanann, and honestly, we look the same. We look like the same person. It's a side by side of Shanann and then me on YouTube channeling Shanann. I'm getting the chills. But yeah, I know it's weird. It's weird how the energy changes. It makes me different. And I know that. And I know before I have a reading or right when I start a reading with you guys, I let you know I look away a lot. That's just the way it is for me. I look off one way or the other. It's not because I don't want to make eye contact with you. It's just because this is where spirit kind of takes over my body, and they want me over here. This is where I go. And then they show me this film or photos, or they talk to me over here. And then when spirit can take me out of my body. And pay attention to my videos, because spirit does take me out of my body a lot, and you guys don't catch it. You don't know what to look for. How would you know that I'm not in my body? It's a split second. And here comes spirit. I'm not sure who this is, but they're giving me the chills. For example, if a spirit's taking me, Suzanne Morphew's taking me to where she's buried at. That is how this is how I know what's going on, is because they take me and they put me in their place. So now I feel the cold, I feel the dirt, I feel the head. I'm touching the blood on my head, things like that. That's how I get the information most of the time from a spirit who was murdered. But then that video a couple videos ago where I was channeling Maggie Murdaugh, I wasn't expecting that. I never expect spirit to come in. I just don't. I don't know. I have no expectations of them. They're busy. They're busy on the other side. But when Maggie took me to that beach house on the East Coast, I was there. And I'm leaving my body here to go do that. But it's a literal fraction of a second that happens to me. So even though the event takes me away for a split second, I now have all that information. So now I go through the information. Okay, she took me here. I feel the ocean. I see Alec over here. I see Mom. Everyone's happy. Everyone's eating dinner. That's how the channeling works for me most of the time. Sometimes I will get a spirit. There are several spirits trying to come in right now. I got one on this side, one on this side. Sometimes spirit will take me and keep me going through something like real time. And it's just fascinating. The whole thing is fascinating to me. But I like when you guys catch things about me that maybe I don't even know about. All right. Okay, so thank you, Tina T, for that. Tina also says she's been away for a couple of days. Cute haircut. Thank you. Looking sharp. Hope you feel better. Thank you. Thank you, Tina. All right. Kelly Colepick. Kelly, I apologize. Beautiful woman named Kelly Colepick? Sorry, Kelly. Brent Kopacka was a U.S. Army veteran who was fatally shot by a SWAT officer during a standoff near the Washington University campus. That knife may have belonged to him, and he may have asked to participate in something that he chose not to do. But the knife may have been taken from him and used to possibly frame him. Kelly, that's interesting. So Kelly's talking about, what episode is this? It's titled Idaho 4, New Information on Second Knife. So she's watched that video and she's commenting on that video. This is about the Idaho 4 case, because I've been channeling someone who over time I've been able to identify him as a male who is wearing army clothes and has inserted himself into this case somehow, into the Idaho 4 case. He hasn't shown me that he was a part of this murder of these 4 students. But he's admitted to some mistakes. He's passed. He's on the other side. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, Brent. I've had a few other people, Kelly, tell me that, yeah, that's Brent. It's just crazy. It's just crazy how this happens. I wasn't expecting some stranger guy over here with army gear on. What does that have to do with the Idaho 4? But it ends up, it does. It connects Brian Hamburger to the story. So thank you for that, Kelly. Okay. Carrie asks, my question, do you feel it was just Brian Kohberger, no one else? So many others are speculating there were 3 involved. You are so awesome for sharing your gift. Thank you. So, Carrie, I go based on, if it was me, let me interrupt myself, Carrie. If it was me, just Audrey, I would say, you're nuts, lady. Of course there was more than one person. I'm calling myself crazy. Of course there would be more than one person involved. How would that work? My human part says, yeah, of course there were more people involved. How does that work? But Spirit comes in and shows me. And a lot of times when Spirit shows me things, I'm like, really? Jeez. And if I wasn't a psychic medium, I wouldn't believe me. I wouldn't believe any other psychic mediums. I'm a skeptic. I'm the biggest skeptic, you guys. Isn't that horrible? I'm a huge skeptic. Now, I believe people like Teresa Caputo, Tyler Henry, anyone else I don't approve of. I'm a skeptic. So when Spirit tells me things, it's like, oh, that sounds crazy, Spirit. I don't know if you're right. Spirit's always right. The Spirit just doesn't tell me everything all in one lump, which is the situation. It just would be so much easier, Spirits, if you just come to me and dump this information on me. So yeah, Spirit showed me it's just Brian. And Spirit keeps telling me every time I read a comment like that, Spirit's like, no, he would never, ever let anyone help him. Those were his. Those students belonged to him. He planned those murders. He looked forward to them. Didn't want any help, didn't want to ask for any help. No, because it's in here. Remember, it's his fantasy. And when you have a situation like this, these kind of people don't want your help. This is what they live for. They plan and plan and plan these kinds of things. This wasn't spontaneous. No, and I'll tell you, he thoroughly enjoyed every minute of that gruesome act he committed. And he's dangerous. He is dangerous. And you know what? Here's something that just irks the hell out of me, okay? This irks me to no end. You get these people like, let's say Jared from Subway, the Subway guy, Brian Kohberger, the murderer. Oh, well, we were fat and people used to mock me and, so I have the right to look at child porn because I'm sick and I'm a victim. Or, I was bullied. Everybody was bullied. Everybody on the planet gets bullied. It is not an excuse to murder, rape, or anything else. Who do you think you are? Do you think because you were bullied? No. I was horribly bullied. It's never made me want to hurt anybody. You know, these people just use this as an excuse. And you know what? I'm tired of that excuse. Tired of it. Sick to death of it. I'm fat now, but I used to be anorexic. So I used to get laughed at because I was skinny. And I'm sure if any of my high school jerk friends from high school saw me, they'd be like laughing at me because I'm fat. You know what? People just suck. They're mean. That's life. And I'm not saying it's right, but it's real. You know, our own family mocks us. Talks behind our backs. You don't get to use being bullied as an excuse. Anything that's happened to us is for us to manage, to deal with, to get help with. It's our responsibility to get through it without allowing it to make us jerks and make other people suffer because we're suffering. Sometimes I just can't believe the things I'm saying. It shocks me. It literally shocks me. Now, I'm not saying I've never done anything mean. I'm a human being. But as of no, I mean, I'm continuing to grow. You never stop growing. You need to constantly improve yourself. And that may sound exhausting because it is exhausting. I'm going through something right now and it's like, all right, yeah, you're right. I guess I've been thinking this thing about something for a good 2-3 years and really, really thought that this was the case. But, and this isn't anything to do with spirit. It's just personal. And I start seeing my situation through different eyes, someone else's eyes. And yeah, it's humbling when you have to come and say, you know what, I'm sorry. I guess I've been misunderstanding this scenario for a while, which is why, okay. All right. You have to work through things. You just have to, please. If you need therapy, I have therapists in person. I have a different therapist online. I don't care. I need help. I want to feel better. I want to be the best version of myself. And it's going to take a lifetime. So just because you're my age or older doesn't mean you don't need help. I'm tired of hearing, we're old enough now. Older generations are dying off. They're gone. Those people who don't believe in therapy, pretty much well, maybe not the late 70s, maybe, I'm not sure, but we need the help. Okay? You just need to vent. It's amazing what venting can do to help us cope. Okay, so Carrie, just Brian, hamburger by himself. Oh, this is Carrie again. Audrey, I just found you. I replied to Donna, the lady who left the comment about a girl being involved, etc. Here is what I said to her. Seriously? If a 20-year-old girl was part of the murder, she is as guilty as the guys who actually killed these innocent 20 and 21-year-old kids. Why do you think a 20-year-old girl should be treated differently than a man? They know right from wrong. They know their horrific actions have severe consequences. And she's waiting for the reply. Yeah. I don't know if people think I'm going to respond because this is a mostly women's channel and, I'm very pro women, that I would have a different response if a young woman or a woman was to get the death penalty because of a murder. The consequence has to be the same. It has to be the same. This isn't a situation where this is a situation where the rules apply to everybody. So, like I've said, I don't want anyone executed. Those executions still leave a void in our universe. It leaves a void where that person's energy used to be. But you do the crime, you pay the punishment. And, these punishments are out there to try and convince people to not do the crime. And it's sad that we have to be like that as a human race. But sadly, we know how many crimes are committed every day, every hour, every second around the world. So, absolutely sad when a young woman would have to be executed. But no excuse there. No hall pass for that, for that person. Yeah. Okay. Donna Stone says, I finally found you again. Thank you, Donna. I'm glad you found me, Donna. Roseanne Haywood says, nice to see you again. Audrey, any chance you can do an update on Shanann Watts and her children? Yeah, Roseanne, I just did that video on it, and there's no updates. There's no updates. Everything I said still stands from before, as far as who did it, how they did it, where they did it, the events of that night, how it went down, everything, all those horrible things that we know, everything. Nothing I've said is changed. Nothing's changed. There's nothing new. I think if I was talking to a loved one or friend, I might get some new information for them, but there's no update. Everything I said before stands. And yeah, Chris will be in jail forever. So sad about that. Louise Cook says, hi from the UK, Audrey. You have no idea how pleased I am to see you back. I've missed you so much. You are looking fantastic. I also had a reading just before you left YouTube, and it was so accurate. I was about to book another. I was really worried about you. I'm really sorry to hear you've been and are still going through so much. Much love and blessings to you. Thank you, Louise. Yeah, I still am going through a lot. But you guys are too, right? You guys are still going through a lot too. And as I've said before, and as I've written in my book that's going to be published, how shocking it's been aging and still having problems and still getting new problems. And it's like, what the hell? It's like, I should have my act together by now. But you know what, though? I can't control people or other situations. And so sometimes that creates the problems. For example, also dealing with stuff with my son who's disabled, trying to get stuff done for him, and people don't want to do their jobs, and they don't do their jobs, and it just makes my life a living hell sometimes trying to get stuff done for him. And, stolen credit cards, just so many things can drag us down. But you guys make me feel so good. You validate me as a person and as a woman. You guys relate to me. And it's our energy that we are sharing right now, even though this is a video. My energy is getting to you right now as you're watching this video. And a lot of times I feel your energy coming back on me. And that's why we focus on those good things and not the negative energies that come across our plate. But we have to help and remind each other that, we shouldn't feel bad if we need help, if we need to blow off steam and talk to somebody, friend like you, or see a therapist or whatever. We're allowed to have a little bit of a breakdown. Sometimes I feel like I have a mini breakdown every day just in my head. It's like, okay, all right, that's enough. Okay, have your coffee. You're fine now. You're fine. All right. So find those little things that keep you on a good path. And I'm going to share something really silly with you. Really silly. This is going to sound super silly. I just bought a new car, and it came with the XM satellite radio in it. And I haven't had a car really for 2 years. My husband and I have just been sharing a car. We've bought other cars, but I didn't have my own car. And I'm like, that's fine. I could just be chauffeured everywhere. But I bought a new car, and it has the XM in it. And I know those of you who really know me know that I'm not Christian. Okay, I'm not Christian. There's nothing wrong with being Christian. I just have stepped away from being Christian because of being psychic, and I know what I see, and I know what I'm told, and I know what I'm shown. However, Joel Osteen gives me such hope. And I know a lot of people will say he's fake, or, he's just a holy roller. He's just that. He is whatever he is. He is what he is. He's trying to do good. I'm not here to put him on a pedestal. But I didn't realize how much I've missed his messages. Now, I selectively take information from the messages, obviously, because I don't believe in the religious portion of it, the Bible portions of it. But it was overwhelmingly heartwarming when I turned on my radio for the first time in the car, and, I see that it has XM, and I, oh, there he is. And I start listening to him, and I'm like, oh my God, yes, that's, yeah, that's right. That's right, Joel. That's right. Really getting into it. I just appreciate him as a human being trying to do the right thing. He's trying to give people hope like I try and give people hope. And, there's the whole religious thing to it, and I don't want that part. But I am so glad that I have that. And unfortunately, I don't drive much anywhere, so I don't get to listen to it very much. But I know he has YouTube videos and stuff, but anyway, that was something I didn't realize I was lacking. I was lacking that connection with the spirit interaction I get when I listen to his channel. Channel 128 on Sirius XM satellite radio. All right, let me keep going. Okay, here's a message from Rachel. Rach. Audrey, I'm so glad you're back. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, so if you'd like any suggestions or tips on how to color your hair at home, I'm more than happy to help guide you. If you have an email address or some other way I can message you. Yes, Rachel, go to my Instagram, Audrey Briggs 68. Message me there. Also, I used to get lash extensions and stopped getting them because the cost and time of the fill appointments, exactly, as well as the fact that they started irritating my eyes really bad when my allergies were acting up. Anyway, my friend suggested some lashes that you can do yourself at home, and they last up to 5 days at a time. I love them. Don't worry, they're not an MLM, and I'm not an associate with the brand. Oh, okay. Thank you, Rachel. Yeah, I would love to know what those lashes are. And then, yeah, any help on the hair. So, yeah, this is just black. Well, she's cut off most of my black, thank goodness. I mean, I love black. I love black hair. I love having black hair, but I think just it's kind of changing my look a little bit as I'm aging. I'd rather not have the black. So I would love help, Rachel. Please help me, for God's sake. Okay, Bits of Blondie. Bits of Blondie says, I believe there are multiple people involved with these murders. And she's talking about the Koberger situation. This crime goes much deeper than meets the eye. I know there is a female who manipulated and orchestrated the murder. I don't care what her gender is. What she decided to do was heinous. Oh my God. Her actions, her jealousy, and anger caused the ending of 3 beautiful young women and 1 gentleman. Anyone who is willing to do the crime must be willing to accept the consequences and punishment. That's right. This crime group needs to be stopped. Too many people have lost their lives because of them. This crime group needs to be stopped. Oh, okay. Yeah. If I wasn't psychic, I would think there has to be more than one person involved. It makes sense, right? It makes sense. And I know I've had a couple other people tell me, no, Audrey, there's more than one person. Yeah, and maybe there is. I could be wrong. Audrey's never right, but Spirit is the one that's right. And, maybe it's possible Spirit hasn't shown me everything yet. Is that possible? Yeah. But I'm not going to change my story based on what people are telling me. I hear what you're saying, but I'm not changing my story yet until I hear it from Spirit. Yeah. So it's possible. It's very possible. Yeah, I'm going to give you a like. I mean, yeah. CADAMS. Cadams? I do think there is someone else involved in this. I do think Brent, that was shot around this time, has something to do with this. On a lighter note, I like and use the word eccentric, like Aunt Clara on Bewitched. Yeah. Got to have and keep our humor or all is lost. In my opinion, new to this channel, and you are a delight. I do believe in your gift. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. McCann M says, great channeling, Audrey. I know this is hard on you, but we are grateful for your abilities. Thank you. Thank you. I love doing this. I think when I had my channel before, my other YouTube channel, I don't think I channeled on video much. I know I did it during live shows, but it's like, why wait? If they're coming in, they're coming in. If I'm videotaping, I'm videotaping. Okay, now see, here comes something. I hear like, if you're old enough, do you remember turning on the TVs? It used to make a noise when you turn on the TV when the it would like, there'd be a little dot and then the dot would open up to the picture. That's what just happened. That's what I just heard right now. Like a TV being turned on, except TVs nowadays aren't like that at all. But yeah, some sort of frequency in my ear. And this morning, I'm kind of scared to say anything because I'm home alone with the kitty cats. But I heard my husband's voice. He left. He went off to go do his stuff. And I was filming the last video. And I'm like, yeah? I gotta go home. So I stopped recording and I'm like, honey, did you call? You know, I lock the doors. I lock all the doors everywhere. The cats are looking at me like, what are you doing? Okay, so that happened. And then after that, it sounded like somebody was in my house. But I don't know. I have the back door open. There's still a security gate right there, so no one can get in. But yeah, I'm having a little bit of activity. I get scared because sometimes I'm worried, like if I'm looking at something, it starts moving. I have some crazy stories to tell you about school. The elementary school I worked at, that place is so haunted. It's not funny. It's terrifying. Terrifying. Ugh. All right, a couple more comments I have time for. I have an appointment. Okay. Okay, where am I? Okay, Sherry B. Hi, Sherry. I think if you do a horrifying crime like the 4, then firing squads are called for. They do it in Indonesia for drug crimes. Murder is totally on the board. Come on, those kids didn't deserve that. Exactly, Sherry. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, some countries, they'll chop your hand off for stealing something. You know, that's real. You know, we see that in the movies and stuff, but that's real. My ex-husband used to be in the Middle East all the time. He's like, oh, yeah, they've chopped all kinds of things up right there, then and there. That's how they punish you, right then and there in public. And I'm not saying we should go to that extent, but there's no excuse. If we're so civilized society, there's no room for murder. All right. Hi, Celeste. Hi, you look beautiful, Audrey. Thank you for the video. Much love from Vermont. Yay. I do miss Vermont. It was adorable. You know, we lived in a village, like in England, you know, where there was like one post office, one store. And it was beautiful. It was like, I felt like I was camping every day because even though we were in a town, there's just trees, as you can imagine, in Vermont. But I felt like I was camping every day. I definitely miss my house. I had a large house that I loved very much. It's gone. I mean, it's there, but I don't own it. Okay, and Lorraine says, she's talking about the Murdaugh murder. He said he was seeing a man of prominence. Buster wasn't a man at that time. Yeah, so Lorraine's talking about when I mentioned Stephen Smith going to see a man of prominence. No, I don't think that was in reference to any of the Murdaughs. I think he either had been or was on his way to see this man of prominence, and the murder happened. So that's a horrible crime. I feel okay channeling Stephen Smith. I feel okay channeling him. You know, he's happy, and I feel okay. He's not getting too gory with me. if there's no need for me to see something, I really don't want to see it unless it's helping answer some questions or something. But, another missed soul. So, all right, I'm going to end it there, and I'll see you guys soon. Hopefully I can do another video very soon, and I'm working hard at putting stuff up on my jewelry website, as well as trying to get the website separate website for booking appointments with me for readings. So I'm looking forward to that as well. All right, you guys, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for hanging out with me. Ciao.